All right. The city of Webster Groves has solicited sealed bids from qualified contractors for the demolition of the residential structure located at 844 East Pacific Avenue within the city limits. The scope of work includes, but is not limited to, the complete removal of the structure, asbestos testing and remediation if applicable, disconnection of utilities, and site restoration to a uniform grade. Additionally, the city will require the removal of dead trees and excessive vegetation on the subject property. The work must comply with all applicable local, state, and federal regulations, including the Webster Groves Municipal Code, the 2015 International Building Code, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration Standards, and the St. Louis County Department of Public Health Air Pollution Control Program. The bidding for 25PW01 is now closed. Each bid received will now be opened and read to determine if the bid possesses the necessary documentation to proceed on to the evaluation stage. All submitted bids must contain the following documents: a bid form, a certification of non-segregation, a non-collusion affidavit, a subcontractor utilization form, a superintendent submittal form, and a bid bond in the amount of 5% of the bid. I will now open the sealed bids one at a time. This bid has been submitted by Tubbs and Sons Contracting. The submitted bid includes the bid form, the certification of non-segregation, the subcontractor utilization form, the superintendent submittal form, the non-collusion affidavit, and the bid bond. The bid amount for Tubbs and Sons is $30,105. This bid appears to have everything it needs to move forward to the next stage. Bid number 2 has been submitted by Smith and Sons Contracting. The bid submitted by Smith and Sons Contracting contains the bid form, the certification of non-segregation, the non-collusion affidavit, the subcontractor utilization form, the superintendent submittal form, I am not seeing the bid bond. Oh, wait a second. There is a check that will serve as the bid Security. And their bid amount is $42,395. This bid will be able to move on to the next stage and undergo evaluation. The third and final bid that we have received today before the deadline was submitted by Z&L Wrecking Company. Z&L Wrecking Company has submitted the bid form, the certificate of non-segregation, the non-collusion affidavit, the subcontractor utilization form, the superintendent submittal form, and their bid bond. Z&L Wrecking has provided a bid amount of $24,500. This bid will move on to the next stage and be evaluated. This concludes the reading of the bids. Thank you for your interest in the City of Webster Groves demolition request for proposal process.